This club right here, I think, is going to be the most important club in the bag for Phil Mickelson. The one championship that has eluded Phil is the U.S. Open. This golf course plays like a U.S. Open. This is a daunting task for him.
Ranked the third easiest for the morning wave.
Go.
Oh, he was fortunate there that it caught the first cut, but that's right on that ridge, and that'll continue to fall back.
Mickelson's putt just outside 30 feet here, but up a ridge as well, so this club has really been an issue for Mickelson this season.
This golf course will allow, I think, a lot of made putts, and I think it will take, because the greens are so benign, I think it will take the average putter and make them better. It will narrow the gap between the great putter and the average putter, because there's just not a lot of break in these putts.
He's ranked 127th in putting on tour this season, but a solid par at the first for, as you said, the people's champ here at Bethpage Black. He too went with less than driver.
And also on the right side of the tee box.
So far, 2 strong tee shots. He's from 123 yards.
Well played.
This is Phil's 27th PGA Championship. Runner-up also in 2001 and to Rory in 2014.
There's your overread. That's what I was saying before. It's very easy to do that on these greens around here.
Look at his tee shot from a similar position in the teeing ground.
That's a safe play there. That's what the hole calls for.
Now it's Mickelson's turn. It's just outside 45 feet.
Should have learned something from Rory's putt. Well, he got the speed right, but again, a little bit of an overread. Mickelson now for his par. Safely in.
3 pars for the 48-year-old. Wonderful look at what's in front of him. You said 516 on the card, but it plays more like 540 with that big dramatic step up to the top fairway and green.
Uh-oh. This is trouble.
It's really thick in there.
And then you look at Rory McIlroy down the right-hand side, 201. That's probably a 5 or 6 iron, depending on what's going on. There's Phil hacking it out of that heather. Fescue. Thing way up into the air. He's not as close as that would have appeared. It looks like he's just off the green there. He is not.
74 yards is the number.
That should get a little bit down to his, down to the right.
Traditionally play the New York State Open here at Bethpage, some other section championships here as well too, so they're familiar with the golf course. They know how to tackle it.
Talk to us about PGA Hope and the PGA Junior Leagues, because I know those are big things.
Well, 2 huge programs that PGA professionals have really gotten behind. PGA Hope, which stands for Helping Our Patriots Everywhere. We had the Secretary's Cup here on Monday to kick off the week, won by the PGA Hope team from the Carolinas section. But
It's a hard tee shot here for Phil. He wants to move the ball from right to left. He's challenging the right side, and that looks excellent.
Sets up a great angle on approach. The director of agronomy here at Bethpage State Park, all 5 courses, Andrew Wilson. Mickelson, 167 yards on approach, but playing uphill, more like 175.
Very good there. His eyes will go up and down the line here. He's not going to look at a target sort of way in the distance. See how much time he spends looking in that area. And now started on the line. Did he hit it? Fell in love with the line.
It's funny, isn't it? We think they're sort of stuttering out of the gates. There's no real momentum, but even par through 5 holes is still a very strong start around this golf course. It's only because we've seen Brooks Koepka go and put a 63 on the board that our mindset's changed. Remember his last tee shot, he lost it well to the left on the 4th hole.
Yeah, because he hit a beautiful one over on 5.
This one looks to be striped.
It's moving a little bit too much on the left-hand side for him. And
they've just drifted there on the breeze into that heavy rough.
And we've got the camera going at it. There's no way we're going to see that thing.
Here's Mickelson after that bold play to use driver off the tee.
Doesn't look like a lot of fun. Ball above his feet. Easy to get the heel of the golf club into the ground and get this to his right. Yep, and now he's in the bunker, and that bunker is deep. It's not a challenging bunker shot if it didn't plug. If it plugged, who knows?
Mickelson taking a couple of deep breaths here, and interestingly not chewing the gum today. It's been a feature of he and Tiger Woods this year.
Very good point there.
They've been chewing gum to ease the tension and just to keep them calm, but neither of them used it today.
I don't know that I'd play this much more than a ball outside.
Just inside 7 feet after being aggressive off the tee and paying the price for this for a par save.
Okay.
Keeps the bogeys off the card, so it didn't cost him anything in the end. He remains even.
Converted par 5. You typically are going to take this a little bit up the sort of the center of the tee of the fairway and then turn it to the right. And that one has got to get out.
So 3 of the last 4 tee shots in the left rough, and that drive that's been an issue for most of the season is starting to affect him again.
Here we go.
One thing he's got in his favour is that there's a neck of fairway that gets onto this green, so he can run the ball onto the surface. There's that neck that I speak of.
Yep.
That's a good leave.
There's not a lot of holes here at Bethpage that has that little run up. Obviously 7 does, and this will be a time that they'll never forget.
Interesting option here for Mickelson, using the putter. Especially with his ability to chip. This would be a wonderful par save, not too dissimilar to the hole before. So straight up and out of it, and Mickelson makes his first bogey of the day. So our 3 featured players all +1 as they head to the par 3 8th.
Well, he took that whole location on, and that won't be that challenging of a chip shot for him. Slightly back up the hill. This is a very makeable little chip shot. Wow, he must have had a lie that he. As we watch Phil Mickelson now putting for his par, some 15 feet. You see that ball break to the left? That tells you that the property right there is still moving down that hill, and that's one of the reasons why they're leaving it short, because they just don't see it continuing to go uphill there. It's completely different than the way it was quite frankly intended to be played. Careful here. If this gets into that bunker.
Oh, he flew it. Wow.
That is impressive. As much as it's been now from the garden spot, Phil Mickelson.
Just 163 yards remaining from a level lie.
And he can see all of it. This appears to be excellently played. Palm of the trail end working underneath, and that putter face stays open. That's what he and Brad Faxon are trying to do, and that's what Phil Mickelson's trying to do.
That's what the fans wanted to see. A birdie at the turn now for Mickelson, and he is back to 1 over par. So that's a quick way to overcome that little stumble at 7 and 8. 236 yards just to cover. Or the fescue. Just to get it to the fairway. When this right on 200 yards for Mickelson. He knew it straight away. Urging it to go.
Those flash faces, they tend to repel the ball away from the hole. We're down to a level lie. You got to hit this really hard and really high. You can see the trajectory on that now. Did he get the distance correct? Yeah. Well done.
There's over 8 acres of bunkers here at Bethpage Black.
78 of them.
Okay, to maintain his momentum off the birdie at the last, Phil Mickelson here at 10 for par.
He'll go to the claw right about here, I think. There he goes. Boy, these greens are pure.
Starting to roll a little bit now, isn't he? That's a couple of nice putts made back-to-back at 9 and 10.
Yep.
And we've lost that sight, but you're aiming down the right half of this hole. There you go, that little blue stand in the background. That's what you're after.
And you can see him standing on the left side of the tee box trying to peel that back to the left, and that is a wonderful tee shot. A great start to this hole for Phil Mickelson. It's pretty safe for every single green around here. Green light special right here for Phil Mickelson. Can he take advantage of it?
You bet
yes,
he can. Stumps it into a 1.5 feet. And that'll get his momentum continuing to roll in the right direction. It's that old conundrum. What's more important, line or length in putts? But
it's all speed.
It's all speed. Here's Mickelson for the birdie. Buries it. Here he comes. Birdie at 9. Great par save at 10. And now a birdie at 11. And he is even par with some sort of momentum.
We've seen some people who have come at Tiger for periods of time.
He carried the bunker off the tee at 9, which set up the birdie. He's being aggressive here as well.
That's wonderful. 124-foot apex.
He's flying, he's
Look
flying
at
the
that.
ball 305 yards in the air.
How can you not hear a New Yorker? Excellent shot by our camera crew.
Mickelson quick to pull the trigger.
On another good shot.
Just outside 25 feet for his third bird in the last 4 holes. He's come alive. The mayor of New York is now under the card.
Thirteenth tee. Oh no. He's got that going the right direction. I mean the wrong direction.
Well, that'll be just to get it back in play and the end of the fall and in the top 10 at Valero. But other than that, a mediocre season as Mickelson plays his way back into the fairway here at 13, the par 5. 165 yards the number for Mickelson. So he's laid it up in a good spot. If anything, just ball slightly below his feet. Can he keep this wonderful roll going? Well, safely on the surface, but a little further away than he wanted. Well, certainly under par. That's definitely step one. So for Mickelson, nothing silly here from 55 feet.
Get in the hole! Get there!
This looks pretty good. Excellent control of speed there. You can see, rarely do you see putts of that length have that little break.
Well hold.
Phil now from the far left side of the tee, attacking this back hole location. Not quite up on that ridge, but still a makeable opportunity. Yeah, he saw the end of that putt kind of swing down to his right. Sends that out to the left, and it doesn't move back. And he still has some 4 feet for his par. We're getting a good look at the worm cam here. It looks like he doesn't think there's any break in this putt. He's taking this right into the center of the hole. Pulled across a little bit, but he read it right.
Should fit that shot shape perfectly. Does not fall to the left, but
Edge is Phil Mickelson. Plays from 166.
and that was spectacular.
Mickelson now for his birdie and a perfect leave underneath the hole. It may move what, a little bit to the left?
Well, it should be a few cups right to left. Right to left, excuse me.
He just hit it right through. Phil now for his par. Just over 3 feet. Moving just slightly down to the front of the green. All right. And that'll be a 4. That's a par 5. Boy, he has found his rhythm with this. Did he overdo it? No, just catches the edge. Excellent. It's good now.
Yeah, I think that's why you're seeing this hole play a little bit easier than the actual yardage. A lot of these putts are, even from this 25-foot range, are just on the edges of the hole. There's not a tremendous amount.
Oh, I just didn't hit it. Forward for Phil. So he's at 1 under.
He's in between clubs.
Yeah, great point.
Looks like he's set up a little right. I can anticipate a bit of a hold and soft into the wind.
Oh, that is an errant miss. He got it over the green, over the bunkers. But that will be an entertaining putt, as he will go from the high part of this green down to the lower shelf. Phil Mickelson now looking over this lengthy birdie effort from the upper tier. And Steve, he's playing a lot of break. This has got to go.
It's got all sorts of speed to it, but it's dying out.
Boy, everybody's rooting for it to go. They're all blowing on it. Go! Mickelson now for his par from 10 feet.
Well done. Great two-putt there.
That'll work.
Off this as well, but it has a lot of hang time, just like back on the 16th hole. So
yeah,
if it gets offline, it can get a little bit more offline.
He's anxiously watching this.
Take no prisoners, baby.
I didn't see it down at you.
He hopes it got into that bunker.
But it's a total guessing game right here of the trajectory and how fast this ball or slow this ball will come out.
Has he compounded the problem? He has. And in the bunker, that may have plugged.
And the ball will come in lower as this elevated green sits. And
if there's anybody capable of executing this one, it's this guy. He's got a good lie. Can he spin it? He answered that one. Affirmative.
That's a Phil moment. There's a big difference as a player with a subpar score next to your name than even par. Bet on that.
They love him here, and they love that fight, that competition in his soul. We've seen it for a long, long time, Steve. We've been treated to some amazing pars, and that one there was a typical Phil par, wasn't it?